Hey, what's going on, guys? Anthony here from Duke City Aquariums, and today we're going to be going over all of my favorite additives to aquariums that I use on a pretty much daily basis, sometimes a weekly basis. And there's actually a couple that I pulled up that I don't use anymore, but I still wanted to feature them in this video and show why and how I did used to use them. So stick around. All right, so starting off the show, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at my first 4 products, and those are gonna be ones from the company Fritz. I do really like Fritz a lot. I've never really had any issues with any of their products, and they've all worked out well for me. So the first 4 are gonna be from Fritz. So the first one, this one right here, this is the Fritz water conditioner. Now, I actually use this in place of Cecum Prime. They're pretty much the same thing, at least the bottle says they are. I think so. But the one from Fritz doesn't smell like complete you know what. So that's why I prefer that one. I use it for all my water changes that I do. I do water changes on at least one tank once a day. So I have multiple tanks that I do water changes on all the time, and I really appreciate the fact that this one bottle will treat 4,800 gallons. That's insane. So as someone who does water changes, a ton of water changes like me, I can really appreciate the fact that this does so much. So that's that. Moving on. The next product I have is also from Fritz. Like I said, this is their glass cleaner. I know this isn't an additive per se, but I still wanted to feature it in this video just because I do use it a ton every day. In fact, I use it every time I do a water change. I like to get the glass nice and clean, and I also have a 2-year-old who likes to put her sticky fingers on the glass. So this stuff really saves my life when it comes to my glass cleaning needs. And you can also use it on like LCD screens and stuff. So I've actually used it to clean my monitor a few times. So that's cool. All right, moving on. Fritz Xym7, nitrifying bacteria. There's not too much to say about it. It's nitrifying bacteria. If I were starting a brand new aquarium and I didn't have access to any used filter media, I would do a fish in cycle and I would use this stuff. Now I don't really have that problem because if I start a brand new aquarium, I'm going to be using used filter media from another tank. So, but I do use this product a few times, and let's see, I used it not too long ago. I added 3 new peacocks to my all male peacock aquarium, and the majority of those fish in there are about 3 inches and and I added 3 more 4-inch fish. So that I knew was going to increase the bioload like crazy. So just to help out with that extra bioload that was going to be in there, I did add some Xym7 in there, just to really help out, just to buffer that bacteria. Alrighty, last product from Fritz. You guys are probably sick of Fritz already. This is their water clarifier. It works. It works, you know. If you have a cloudy aquarium, it'll clear it up a little bit. I don't want people to get the misconception that this stuff will completely just make your water crystal clear, because it won't. But it will clear up some cloudy water, so that's nice. I mean, I use it every now and then, and it works out pretty well. Alrighty, moving Fritz out of the way, let's get into a couple of Cecum products that I do use. The first one is Cichlid Trace Elements from Cecum. I dose this twice a week. For those of you who don't know, I have 2 African cichlid aquariums, an all-male peacock and an Mbuna, and I dose both of those twice a week. I really like this stuff. You know, I mean, it says on the back that it provides all of the natural elements that they're denied in the aquarium hobby that they would normally get out in the wild, and so in doing so, it does enhance their colors. This stuff, if you have African cichlids, get some of this stuff. It really will. You'll notice a big difference. Their colors will start to pop. Really good stuff. All right, next is going to be Paragard from Cecum. This stuff is really good. It's more of a precautionary measure. It helps, for those of you who don't know, it helps battle parasites, internal parasites. I wouldn't use this as your last resort per se, This is more, like I said, a precautionary measure. So, okay, so for example, I just used this on my peacock aquarium. I noticed that one of my fish had undeniable signs of internal parasites. So immediately I pulled him out of the aquarium, put him in quarantine, and started dosing him with heavy meds. I didn't dose him with this. So then I went back to the aquarium and I started looking at the rest of my fish and making sure that they all looked okay. As far as I could tell, they all looked fine. No one else was showing any signs of that. However, I did dose this just in case. So like I said, a precautionary measure. So far, everything's been fine. That fish recovered, is already back in the aquarium. Everything's fine. So, I mean, whether it worked or not, I don't know, but at least in my mind it did, so I like it. All right, last Cecum product is Stability. Now, the Cecum Stability, I don't use it anymore. I have used it. I was using it to cycle my Mbuna tank, but I didn't have too much success with it, honestly. I might have messed it up. I don't know. I might have not done it right. But I didn't have too much of success with it. And me personally, I know a lot of people love this product and a lot of people swear by it. So I'm not going to say it's a bad product or anything. I just didn't have the best of luck with it. So I would do a, instead of using that, I would do like the Xym7 like before from Fritz, just to establish that biofilter faster. But, you know, to each their own. Alrighty, so moving down the line, I have this right here. This is a tiny bottle. Let me focus in on it a little bit. Boop. From Marineland, it is their Algae Eliminator. So it works. It works, sort of, I guess. It does not eliminate your algae. It'll kill it, for sure. It'll kill all the algae in your aquarium, but it doesn't get rid of it. So instead of having algae everywhere, this brown or green or whatever strand of algae you have, instead of having that everywhere, now you just have a bunch of dead gray black algae everywhere. To me, it looks way worse. But at that point, I guess you could go and scrub it off of whatever was on there. But it's kind of, you know, I used this on my nano aquascape, and I had some algae growing on my carpet of S-repens, and it killed all the algae on it, but now they're just all gray instead of brown. It doesn't look good, so I actually really need to go in there and clean it up. But if you want to kill your algae, then buy this stuff. It works. All right, second to last product, Dr. Tim's Ammonium. This stuff is for someone who doesn't want to do a fish in cycle and they want to just add actual ammonium along with a nitrifying bacteria. I use this to cycle one of my aquariums. I can't remember which aquarium, but I used that. I coupled it with some nitrifying bacteria and it worked. You know, I mean, you have to obviously test your water every day. You know, you add your drops, you add your bacteria, you wait until the ammonia is gone, and the nitrites, then the nitrates. So, you know, you have to do that cycle. For me personally, I wouldn't use this anymore. I would recommend this to a newer hobbyist who is a little bit nervous to do a fish in cycle. So yeah, that's who I would recommend it to. For me now, I think that I have enough knowledge and experience that I'd be able to do the fish in cycle with with the Xym7. That's what I would do personally now. And last but not least, I have Easy Green from Aquarium Co-op. What kind of additive video would this be if I didn't have Easy Green? I will leave a link to episode 2 of my aquarium spotlight when I did my Nano Beta Aquascape video. Just look at those plants in there. This stuff did that. It's absolutely fantastic. It puts your plants on steroids. Huge shout out to Corey and all those guys over there at Aquarium Co-op for coming up with such a kick-ass product. Seriously, it's amazing. And I actually heard that they're discontinuing this size, which sucks because I only dose this in a 5-gallon aquarium and I don't need a giant jug. So Corey, if you're listening, don't. You're probably not listening. You probably won't watch this, but don't. Keep this size. So there you have it, guys. Those are all the additives that I use. I will have all of them linked in the description down below, so you can go check them out if you want to. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys use in your aquariums. But anyway, that wraps it up for today. My name is Anthony with Duke City Aquariums. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.